you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Moving the camera around a little bit. Let me see. I'm used to it being there, and I'm looking there. All right, we'll go there. We'll split the difference. All right, Jets fans. We know Dante Moore is back in college. Right decision for him. Even better decision for the New York Jets. If you're going to get an impact player, get one that can play right away. There's too many needs on this team to take question marks, damn it. We have enough questions. We want answers. Like, who's got the best intro music in all of YouTube? Let's BK on this program. Enjoy.
It's got me.
Gentry coming to football!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Shout out to Blitz. Folks, here's what we're doing. Again, for those of you that may have missed the other day, thank you to everybody. We're over 2,000 and we're climbing even higher. We have a new goal, 2,500 by the draft. We know how much Jets fans love drafts. We know how much they love mock drafts. We know how much we all love the vision and the ideology of hope being restored. And what does that more than 4 of the first 44 draft picks? Ooh, there we go. Hater. We'll have fun with that, I'm sure. Magic is in the air. The Jets are capable of building their team, not even building it back, not even a rebuild, just building it. The initial build. Brand new area of real estate. Let's get all the contractors in and let's build this baby to the moon. It really does. This is a 3X, and it's too baggy. You're right. Look, there. We can get much like in real life. I could drop some X's and even get better. But yeah, this is a 3X, and it's a parachute on me, man. So I'm trying. I'm in the 230s for the first time since 1997, late 97, during the Neil O'Donnell 9-7 year, where we lost in Detroit on the last game in Barry Sanders, which we held in check for 3.5 quarters. He then broke like a 70-yard touchdown run, I think, to hit the 2,000-yard mark against us. So that led to a lot of drinking, that crash. But that 97, 98 is where I probably hit the 240s. I graduated high school at 223. I'm at 239 right now. So some toning to do. Got to get in shape. Got to add some muscle. But the goal is to get to 228. I'm going to get to 228, lose 11 more, and then see where it takes us. Just start to get in shape, maintain. Long-term goal is to stay under 235. I'm tall, I'm broad-shouldered. I don't think there's any way I'm getting back into the 220s. If I get back into the 220s, I would look like I'm running a Leering Center in Minnesota. I would just be big head and frail little body. But of course, I'm going to make my jokes about what's going on in the world. It's part of the Nick Shine show. I hope you don't get too upset if you hear something that you don't like. It's all in good fun. World's gayest Jets fan. Now, wait a minute. How do you win that without a contest? We need a, you don't just get to claim that. We have many entries. Well, congratulations to you. The Jets build back better. Shout out. See, you mentioned somebody that may have a nod. Or wait, not a Jet fan. Thought the Monday Night Miracle was in Miami and was there. Yeah, no. We need, only good real Jets fans get that title. Gator says, "Can you weigh that toe?" Well, this is not the actual toe, but this is what the ladies at the wound center gave me. I keep this with me. Little memory of them. One of the nurses there was a lady that I went to grammar school with. Very weird. Very weird. Like, hey, how you been? Not great. How about yourself? You can see what's going on here. I'm not the greatest. Gator, I won't be satisfied with your weight loss until several people in the chat ask if you have it. All right. Okay. Well, I don't. Although I'm not against anything that'll help me lose weight. If I'm doing this fasting, which I love, by the way, very. Jordan's unaware. Jordan, welcome. I'll give you the Cliff Note version. 2023, I had ACL surgery. 4 weeks after the surgery, I fell down the stairs, bruised ribs, concussion, sprained my neck. I'm diabetic. Didn't really take care of myself while I was drinking. Didn't feel that there was a bruise in the toe. They misdiagnosed it at the hospital. I broke out an infection. It's called osteomyelitis. They gave me oral antibiotics. You're supposed to take IV antibiotics on and off 12 hours a day, rotating the type of antibiotics. June 30th, 2023, Tomageddon. So one night on the Late Show, if you're around, pop in. And but yeah, that's it. Dude, I looked at the goddamn time to make sure I kept it short. Shut up, Matt. Also, did you get the memo? You haven't told me yet. Let me know if you got the memo. But folks, here's what we got going on. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Not just for Jet Talk. You get health advice, how to get skinny, how to have a 3X shirt look like a parachute on you. You get entertainment. You get lost toe stories. You get anything that you want here. Not that, you sick bastard. Stop typing. It's a daytime show. Genergy's here having lunch. Act like gentlemen. You don't have to be gentlemen. Just act like gentlemen for about an hour and 20 minutes. You have it in you. That's what she said. You can do it. Kevin Zwicker starts us off with a super chat. Nikki, the Shine Man, gun to the head. Who is the head coach opening day 2027? I mean, I don't need the weapon or the threat. I appreciate the super chat, Kev. You guys aren't going to like this. It's going to be Glenn. It's going to be Glenn. I know if Jake's watching right now, he just flipped his desk. I think it's going to be Aaron Glenn. I think that Woody bought into the long-term plan. Now that you don't even get your quarterback this year, how? I think it's Glenn. A gun to my head, and I had a bet on this right now, I would bet Aaron Glenn. And the reason I would bet Aaron Glenn is because they will be able to sell to Woody Johnson that we had the first 2 years without a quarterback. We put some nice pieces in place. We rebuilt the defense. We added a weapon on offense. And now we have these picks in 27. This was our vision. This was our plan. This was the long-term plan. We told you it would take multiple years to get this team right. Don't take it away from us now. Now, a lot needs to happen for that, Kev. A lot. Defense needs to improve. These first 4 picks need to be better than the 22 class. That's first. We're going to get into that, but I'll answer the super chat. Obviously, if any of you have super chats, they cut the line. They get you on the wheel. Super Bowl Sunday, that morning, we will be doing a raffle, maybe early afternoon. There's basketball that day. So maybe early afternoon, I will do a show. We will do the Joe Namath wheel, and we will be giving away a big Joe Namath prize. So I extended this raffle time period a little bit, so to allow everyone to get in. And with not being able to do shows as often as I'd like to with my work schedule, I wanted to give everyone the opportunity to get the raffles in. Programming notes while we're here. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, the return of Shine and Chaos. This used to be Proud New York Jet Fan Channel. It was Pride and Chaos. Now it's next Shine show. So we have Shine and Chaos tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Sunday night, we got Ryan. 9 p.m. start Sunday night. Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7. He will be with me. Next Wednesday afternoon, 12:30, after my spot on Jake in the morning, I'll be joined by Matt O'Leary. It's the off season. I've told you guys I would work hard to give you the best product, get some guests in here for you. Hope you enjoy it and keep coming back for more. Of course, there'll be pop-up shows here or there. Not every show will have a guest. I know. I'm delaying. I know. But I'll do my best. I promise you guys that. But that's what we got. Following Sunday, the 25th, Championship Sunday, we'll be joined by Connor Long. Bye week before the Super Bowl, February 1st, we'll be joined by Gunny. So I got a lot of guests coming up. I'll get some Saturday guests as well if they're available and give you guys the best possible experience here on the Nick Shine Show. So back to the super chat, back to Glenn. I fully believe if Glenn shows improvement, if he shows the ability to manage the team and the team is improving, I don't think that Woody will get rid of him until he gets a quarterback. I think Glenn is here for year 3. I don't think that you can go into this season without a quarterback and get fired. That's me. Now, if it's worse than this year, if the rookies look like they're lost and they can't develop them, sure, he can be gone. But gun to my head, I'm going to take. I'm going to say it's Aaron Glenn, and I think they'll give him and Engstrand the opportunity to have the rookie quarterback, which could be a really good one. You know, what do we got? We got the March for Arch, we got Gore for Moore, we got the lay-in for saying you whatever you want. We should be in the opportunity in the field to not even trade up for a draft pick. Now, the most important thing about the 2027 draft is Charles Gorman does not leave his allegiances with the Colts, and they stink, and they don't have a quarterback, and they don't have a first-round pick this year or next. And Daniel Jones just got injured. You're going back to Anthony Richardson? Okay, that should be a top 10 pick. My dream draft would be Arch and the DN Simmons from Texas. That would be my dream draft right now. And then you hope Dallas has another 5-6 win season like they did this year. And then you get one of the receivers, Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Williams, or there's one other kid who was Cam. Alan, you're in the chat. Give me the other receiver. But okay, let's rewind. And Kevin with another super chat. Also need more info on the dog in Tampa. Right? How do you not follow up with questions about that? Like, there's so many follow-up questions. Oh, Jeremy put the banner on. There we go. Jeremy and I share the StreamYard. So he put the banner up. Nice little prank. Got to read this. Yes. If you read the banner on the bottom, gifted memberships and super chats get you into our next raffle, the Joe Namath raffle, Super Bowl Sunday. If you Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, you get bonus entries because you're not paying the mafia tax that you pay on this app. So you'll get extra entries on top of it. So appreciate all of you that support the channel in every. Yes, Cam Coleman, thank you. Alan Wildwave, thank you. He's another guy. Oh, Jay, that's a very good point. We may need to talk to him. I'll say this: quick little preview for the weekend. I would take Houston getting points. That defense can travel. That defense can score. You saw the Patriots finally play a team with a winning record, and they didn't look too great on offense themselves. Granted, they just kept blitzing because the injuries and the awfulness of the Chargers' offensive line. So I I think that you're going to see Houston just bring pressure that New England can't deal with, and Stingley will make Diggs disappear. So obviously, I am all in on Houston. The bet I put in about 7 weeks ago now, 6 7 weeks ago. Don't do it. Uh, Houston, Seattle in the Super Bowl. So we got to check it out. We got to see how that runs. Adirondack Fly Guy gifted a membership. He's our first. Thank you, AFG. His went to Dom C. Shout out to Dom. Obviously, with draft season, Dom will be a frequent guest on the channel. We'll get Dom here before the Senior Bowl. We'll get him right after. I'm hoping to lock him up that Sunday night when he comes back from the Senior Bowl. I know there'll be time with family, but maybe I can get him on if I got to go a little bit later to get Dom in here to talk draft. We'll do it. So I'm flexible. I'll do whatever it takes to get a good guest here for you guys. Not that, you sickos. I told you Genergy's having lunch, but depends who it is and a maybe. So here we go, Jets fans. Thank you again. Super chats, stop the show. Gifted memberships, stop the show. You want to hear me stop talking? Gift. Get in the raffle. It's a way to do it. Kevin Tats. Texans Seahawks with Sammy Boy getting the dub. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. I think that would be a great matchup. If New England wins and Buffalo, or if New England and Buffalo both lose, like I don't like Denver, but I don't have a hatred for Denver. You know, the Eagles lost, the Steelers lost. I think that when you look at the teams that I hate, Buffalo and New England are the only two left. I don't care if it's the 49ers or Seahawks. I don't care if it's the Bears or the Rams. I'd prefer Houston to come out of the AFC, obviously for financial reasons. But I don't have hatred with any of the other teams, and I can sit back and enjoy the games, which is the goal. And Allen's, you know what? I want to be the evil guy. I want to take the Joe Namath prize on the Super Bowl, and I want to upset everyone. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't let Allen win. America is better when Allen holds the L. But Allen, the W right now. Oh, no, you know what, Allen? You're the type that you get a Jameis Winston W. His 5 went to Charleston Jets Rube. Dad, Scoots, BP York, and Jess. Thank you, Allen. Appreciate you, sir. You are the man. And I say this all the time. I know Allen gets a bad rap, but there's a very short list, and I would have to think long and hard on it. On people, callers, I think Allen is my favorite. I know Allen's my favorite person to talk football with. There's a lot of great callers, but I'll have long conversations with Allen. When Allen is not doing his futuristic doomsday predictions, he's my favorite person to talk football with. Very knowledgeable on the draft prospects, but when he's not projecting future failure, very good person to talk football with. So, Allen, you get some love from me on the show here, and thank you for the memberships. Now, when we're looking at the options for the Jets at number 2, I know what a lot of you are going to say right away. Trade out. Get even more picks. But you need a buyer. And not having a buyer is my concern. There's not the second quarterback. There's not that pure elite offensive tackle. There's not that clear-cut number 1 wide receiver. You have options at wide receiver depending on your style and your scheme and what traits you're looking for. Defensive end, I don't know if there's a clear cut guy. I watched Connor Rogers last night. Him and another guy. Forgive me for forgetting the other guy's name. But they did a really good video on the edge rushers, and they both did their top 10, and they broke them down and a lot of information on each edge rusher. And I'm going to try to give you what I think after watching that video. But if you have some time, yeah, I think it was. Yes, I think that's who it is. Thank you, Matt. But who's worth trading up for? That's the question. A lot of these teams have so many needs. I can't see them giving up extra picks. I can't see Cleveland jumping for somebody. I think the Giants are best suited to do what Harbaugh always did in Baltimore. Just stay and pick. Let the draft fall to you. You know, I think Downs would be a really good player with the Giants. The Giants have that ferocious front. They don't have any playmakers on the back end. That would be a really nice addition for them. Tennessee, I think you got to go get Cam Ward, a weapon. Arizona, I think you can just do whatever the opposite of what we do. You know, if you have Bain and Reese as your best two positional players, just take the other guy. So we're going to get into that right now. Trade down, of course, would be the option. I just don't think it's viable. I don't think that there's the player worth jumping for. I hope I'm wrong. I would gladly be wrong. I love having more draft capital. I would love to bump back one spot and add a 3 and a little bit more. But I hate that. I hate that large gap between 44 and 103. Now, granted, we have 4 of the first 44, so it makes you feel a little bit better about it. But I would love to get a pick back in the 60s or 70s, get a late 2, an early 3. You know, that pick 33, I think we're going to get a nice return on. Every team in the NFL will call the Jets the moment round 1 ends, asking about the 33rd pick, and the Jets are in the driver's seat, and they can take the best offer, and I think they'll be in a position to do so. I don't think there will be a guy that they have to have. I think Muji will believe in the board. I think he will work it uh, to our advantage. So I expect the Jets to move out of that spot and close that 60, 69 pick gap, 59 pick gap, 59. So here we go. At number 2, the dream could still be alive. Maybe the Raiders don't believe in Mendoza. Maybe the Raiders are looking at next year's quarterback class and saying we'd have Mendoza 4th on next year's class. We know we're going to be bad. Hey, Jets, want to come up? That would be the best thing to happen, is to get Mendoza still. I think a lot of people buried that idea when it was a 1 quarterback class. But I don't think you do that. I don't think it's completely dead yet. And we'll know after the scouting combine, after, the top 30 meetings happen. You'll know there's smoke, and you'll know word will leak out Mendoza to the Raiders. I'm trying to manifest it. Mendoza to the Jets, or the Raiders are going in a different direction. I think the Raiders could be the Raiders, and they could believe in next year's quarterback class. Makes it interesting for us. Now, say Mendoza goes 1. You have some options, right? And I think the more I see on Bain, the more I like him. Everything I'm hearing, the biggest concern about him is the length of his arms. He's got short arms. Short arm edges don't win. When you're on perimeter, the guy who can usually deliver the impact punch first wins, and offensive linemen for the most part will have longer arms than him. But I see a guy that just constantly wins. He's more physical. He's a little bit bigger. He will play the run. I think that if Bain is the choice, I think Jets fans can be happy because now you can move Will McDonald into a pure pass rusher mode for a year. You can have Bain and Jermaine, and you can have 2 very good run defenders on the outside. And then we'll have to see what happens with Jermaine going forward. If he doesn't have a big bounce back year, folks, it could be done. We gave him the year. We gave him the excuse with the Achilles, but we need a big year. And you can do that by adding other pieces to the defensive line. Yes, Will Campbell had short arms, but I believe that's why they moved him inside, right? Didn't Will Campbell move inside, or was that just talks about that? Every time I've seen a New England game this year, he hasn't been playing. So I'm not sure where they were playing him. Okay. Second option for the Jets at number 2. Well, actually, it's the third. Mendoza's 1 still for me. Bain is 2. You got to go with Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese is a totally instinctive player. He reads well. He diagnoses plays well on the back end. Uh, Connor said last night he reminds him of Quincy Williams when Quincy was an All-Pro under Robert Saleh. He can read things on the back end. He can sniff out the screens or the throwbacks or the bubbles, and he can get there. So I'm a guy that wants to move Sherwood to off ball and get a true Mike. However, a player like Reese could make me wait a year and ride with Sherwood one more year and hope that building up the defensive front makes Sherwood better. So I'm not completely out on Sherwood, but I by no way, shape, or form am going to be upset if Sherwood is gone or shifted to off ball. Now, number 3 or number 4 for me, forgive me. Man, I know a lot of people have mentioned David Bailey for his speed and his get off. And he plays the run better than a guy labeled a speed rusher. But for me and my style, Dylan said it yesterday on Jake's show. I'm a Keldrick Falk guy. And if we bump back a couple spots, if somebody comes up, say Reese and team him up with Miles Garrett, okay, I'm all right with that. Because now you're picking at 6 and you're in that area for Falk. He's 6'6", 275. Some say he's 288. He's big. He's physical. He wins with all the time. He's got his after is quick, but he has a good get off. I want a big, ferocious front 7. I'm tired of getting bullied, tired of getting pushed around. I'm tired on 3rd and 2s and 4th and 1s. We know they're going to convert because we just get bullied. I want to be the bully on the football field. I want to throw the offensive lineman around. I want to play school football on the defensive front and fucking win time and time again. There's so many times where we see 4 guys down and we're like, all right, this ain't gonna work. They're gonna get this. He's not big enough to play both gaps. He's gonna shoot upfield and guess the wrong way. They're gonna run right in behind him or inside of that gap because they know he's gonna try to get upfield and curve around. I'm tired of that. I want a guy who can take a tight end trying to chip, throw him out of the way, and then still crash down and make the tackle in the backfield. I want a guy who's not going to get mauled and pushed back 3-4 yards on short downs. I look at Falk and I'm like, that's a guy that really would personify an Aaron Glenn defense. So those are the main guys I'm looking for right now. I would accept the pick with Bailey if they really believe he's the edge that they can't pass on. But Bain or Mendoza first, obviously. But in terms of defense, Bain, Reese, Falk. I can't take a safety at 2. I can't. I wonder if Aaron Glenn can. This kid is special. I can't do it. I don't think I would be mad if they did it. I could see all the logic in it, but you got to have a really good free agency with building the front seven. I just think you don't take running backs and safeties that high. And the reason being, if you have a good front seven, your safety's jobs are easier. Your safety being good doesn't make your defensive tackle better. When you take the blue chip players up there, they make everyone around them better. And I don't know if a safety does that. A safety can be great on his own. But if you have a shutdown corner makes other people's jobs easier on the defense because you don't have to worry about over there. If you have an elite edge rusher, he makes everyone's job easier because you can cover for less. If you have a monster defensive tackle who throws people around, stuffs the run, and can still pass rush, makes everyone's job easier. Safety? Like even safety and middle linebacker, you don't take there. Because for the most part, they need everyone around them to be great and keep the players away from them so they could do their job. You don't take a guard there, right? Even Quentin Nelson, one of the best guards we've seen come out, went 6. Zach Martin went in the early teens, I believe. You don't take a center up there. There's positions that you just don't take high in the draft. For me, I think one of our worst drafts was taking Jamal Adams there. And then you double down with May, but that's a different story. Jeremiah Love, I can't take the running back. No, not for me. Not with all the needs that we have elsewhere. He's going to be a great player. But if you continue building this offense and you finish this line, then and only then would I draft the running back as the final piece of the puzzle. Because I don't want the running back who starts to depreciate the second he enters your field when you're not ready to win. He's the guy that puts you over the top and starts to win. Yeah. What's up? Assist my suicide. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to announce him. Every single time he enters the chat, I am so happy to see him because it means no one has assisted him with his suicide yet. So thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to see you pop up in the chat, sir. I mean, the Jets have so many options. Free agency and the period leading up to free agency. Do we cut anyone? Do we tag Brees? Do we let Brees walk? Do we extend anybody? Do we extend a Simpson or an AVT? Do we let AVT shop around first to see what offers he gets? I don't know. I find it very hard to go and give a guy money who's missed 60% of his seasons. He's only played football in November 2 out of his 5 seasons in the NFL. How do you give that guy more money? He's taken enough from you. New Jersey State Disability wants to see him gone. Phone calls. Crazy. Yeah, Kevin, I've said this too. It would be ideal for him to go there, play against Alt. He'll be an all-pro guard. He'll stay healthy. The Jets are damned if they do, damned if they don't. If we sign him, he'll get injured again, and then everyone will say, "Why did you give the guy money? He was missed 3 out of the 5 seasons." If he goes elsewhere, he'll be the greatest guard to ever walk the planet, and he'll have a Hall of Fame career. And he'll go play next to Slater or Alt, and the Chargers will have the most dominant rushing attack in the history of football. Like that's the way it'll play out for us as Jets fans. But I don't care. I wish him well. He's a great guy. He was named the team captain. Great. Go be great. Just don't do it on the Patriots, Bills, or Dolphins. Go out. Go to the Chargers. That's fine. Go out west. That's fine. No harm, no foul. I wish you well, man. I really do. But I know we're gonna get burned if we give him more money. And for those of you saying give him 1 year, 5 million, you obviously don't know the talent of AVT. He will get more than that. He will get some double digit money. Now it might be an incentive based contract, which would be smart for anyone based upon the amount of games played. Maybe you just do what Becton did with Philly. You do the 1 year deal. Tell you right now, the Chargers have Alt and Slater healthy, and they add AVT. They would be a very, very big Super Bowl contender. That would be a dominant offensive line. Granted, AVT would have to play 20 games, maybe 21 if you're a wild card to get there. And that's more than he played in, I think, 3 total seasons with the Jets. To do it in 1 year, I don't know. But to review again, Mendoza still remains my number one and my hope. Bain, Reese, Falk. I know Bailey's up there. I'll go Tate before Bailey. As of right now, I'll put Carnell Tate there. And the reason I'll put Tate there is because he's got the size, he's got the speed, he can catch contested passes. He's been on a wide receiver core with an elite guy. He's from Ohio State. Him and Garrett would be tremendous buddies immediately from day one. They would be inseparable working out together. I can't take Tyson for all the reasons I just said about AVT. The Jets have bad luck with injuries. I would put a do not draft on Tyson at 2. If he falls because of the past injuries and not being able to stay healthy and he's at 16, that's a different story. But at 2, I got to take a guy that I know can be there. I really, really do. Now, we'll take ahead at the 16th pick. I know a lot of people love Makai Lemon. They hope he falls. I don't think he gets past the Chiefs, to be honest. I have the Chiefs taking Love or Lemon. They're going to take whoever they have rated higher on their board. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Love if he's there. And I wouldn't be surprised if Andy Reid does an un-Andy Reid thing and jump up. The last time he traded up significantly was for Mahomes. Now go get Mahomes, a guy that will make his ACL return comeback easier. Obviously Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles is a guy that I would bump up a couple picks for. If he gets past Dallas at 12, I hope that Dallas signs Quincy Williams to play with Quinnen, and then they're out of the Sonny Styles. I mean, Caden McDonald, a defensive tackle from Ohio State, and I'm going to look at Caleb Banks, big defensive tackle. He missed most of this year. He's 6'6", 330, just a dominant force up front. I don't think 16 is too soon if you're going to take a guy to put in the center of your defense. I think this is where you take those defensive tackles. Dexter Lawrence went, I believe, at 17. This is a guy that you could put in there. And the guy that I'm not going to sleep on is Vega Leone from Penn State. He's a guard. If we let Simpson and AVT go and you want to build a running game, you go get this guy. We took AVT at 14. We bumped him around. When you have the luxury of all these picks, and we'll have a clearer picture after free agency, as I said, does Peter Woods fall that far? Defensive tackle from Clemson. If Sonny Styles is gone, is CJ Allen worth that pick? Do the Jets trade down from that pick and maybe get a third back or another 2? So the Jets are going to be major players in this draft. And I don't think that they don't, it doesn't look like it's a draft where you have to hone in and lock in on one player, which is a good option to have because you have options. You're not isolated to, we need that player, it's a disaster. And I think each pick, there's several players that could fit here. Well, that's because all of the goddamn needs that we have on this roster. I get it. But just take the best player available. Add talent. If you take a wide receiver and he hits, good pick. If you take a guard and it hits, good pick. If you take a D tackle, a D end, a middle linebacker, a safety, not at 2. You need players. You need talent. That's the most important thing with this draft. Get the talent in the building, and then you can make your moves next year. And next year, make it your all-in season. Yeah, if you have to trade up for the quarterback. Kevin with another super chat says, "Would you gain 15 back if it meant getting Mendoza? Would you would you gain 15 back? Would I get you mean 16? Would I give 16? Oh man. To get Mendoza, I would give number 2. I would give 33, and I would give the worst of our 3 ones next year, not the best. For one spot, all right, let someone else do it. We have too many needs. I mean, if it's 2 and 16, yeah, the Jets would probably do it, and I wouldn't be mad at it. But me personally, I would try to downsell it and say, who else is coming up? We'll call the team to verify their offer. Like, let us know what you have, and then we'll top it. But I'm not giving more than 2 ones. The Raider guy saying 4. Yeah, of course you want 4 ones because you know how much you need to build your roster. Oh, 15 pounds? Oh, yeah. Would I gain 15 pounds to get Mendoza? Yes. The eating frenzy. Yes. I've lost a toe to make this team great for crying out loud. You don't think I'll put on 15 pounds? How long do I have to keep the 15 pounds on? Also, by April, I might lose another 15. So to be where I'm at right now, yes, I could live like that. Yes. Yes. Easy, Kev. Easy peasy, baby. Anything for the Jets to be great again. Not anything. Stop typing, gay Jet fan. Oregon Jets says, I don't care about specific players. I want as many players between 30 75 as possible. Trade back every single opportunity you get. Yeah, I talked about that earlier with trading out from 2, but who's coming up? You know, I don't see the player and I don't see the team. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I've said for many years, back when the draft was still at ESPN, at ESPN did it from Radio City before the NFL Network was covering it. You want as many tickets as possible in the lottery that is the NFL draft. And if you can get those tickets in the first 3 rounds, you do it. There are sometimes players you can't miss on. There are sometimes players that fit the need, and it's a positional fit for what you need. And you can't miss on that. I get that. I don't see that. I don't. If you take Reese at 2, it lessens the Sonny Styles factor at 16, right? So you can move on that. I'm looking at it, and there's the thing about this draft is there's good talent, but it's not elite. So that 30 to 75 range has a lot of talent. I think you bump back from 33, depending how far you go back. You get another pick, whether it's an early 3, a mid 3, a late 3, but now you're getting other picks on top of it. And the thing I love about late in the draft, you have multiple picks in these rounds where you can take the 2 5s and move back up. You can take a 5 and a 6. You can maneuver these and move up. Now, I will say this. One of the most eye-rolling comments that I hear is that the Jets traded up for Tyler Barron. They gave up a late round pick. They went after a guy who's got some size to him, and they thought he would fit as their defensive end. If you're giving up 5, 6s, or 7s, I don't give a shit. The odds of those guys playing and being successful is less than 15% in the NFL. So if you're going to take a chance and roll the dice for one of those players, okay, be aggressive back then. I don't care. It's not like you're giving away twos and threes to move up for a guy that's a failure. But we traded up for Tyler Van. Who gives a shit? What did you lose out on? There's not much. There's not much. Also, I'm doing my best, folks, to get at the table with these guys. So it's a thumbnail from a couple weeks ago, but it's after 1 o'clock. I head to work in a little bit. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. As always, $5 super chats and up get you on the wheel. Kevin, I'm going to give you a second entry for the three. So thank you for that. Thunderlips gave his left testicle. I'm missing my left big toe. Whatever. Everyone else needs to step up. Yeah, Vegas net 100%. I said there, who's the buyer? Who's the player that you have to go up and get? Now, Cleveland at 6. You want to put Garrett and Reese together? Okay, come on up. We could do business. I'd be fine with that. Does a team with a young quarterback, the Titans, want to come up to get a piece that they don't want to risk? Okay. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. But this is the beauty of the NFL draft and the posturing that will take place over the next 4+ months, 3+ months, forgive me. Late April. Now, for those of you interested, Jake will be coming out with information for round 1 draft party. After that draft is over, a bunch of us are going to be heading down to Atlantic City for the weekend. We'll get together Friday night. We're going to get a place. I talked to Lou B. We're going to get some sort of sports book. We'll have our own section, depending on how many people we have. We'll hang out. We'll watch the draft. There's gambling. There's food. There's ladies for purchase. Allegedly. I don't know. I don't partake in that anymore. There's everything you want. It's the best thing to do on the East Coast is to go to Atlantic City. We could do that. Saturday, draft starts at noon. Wake your asses up. We're back. And then Saturday night, Lou B, who hosts and runs the biggest nightclub down there at Ocean, said we get VIP treatment. He'll hook us up with a table, bottle service. I hope it's nice bottled water. You know how I roll, ladies and gentlemen. But for those of you coming, get dressed up nice. We'll go out. We're going to up the ante in the second annual Shiner Draft Weekend. So more to come on rooms. I think we're going to stay at the Hard Rock if you want to start looking for rooms there. Lou said he gets hooked up there. So the club will be at Ocean. The rooms will be at Hard Rock, it looks like. But if you want to start taking a look for yourself, you want to be a part of the plan, just let me know. And we'll make sure you have all the info as we get closer. I already took off Thursday and Friday, so I'm good to go. Very excited for it. Can't wait. Now, I know some of you can't wait for the link. Let's see. Wait, before we do that, let's see how many likes we're at. We got 56 of you watching right now. We're at 40 likes. Let's get to 50 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 50 likes, and then I'll drop the call-in link. Ladies and gentlemen, just mentioned them. Jake Asman gifted a membership, and it went to... Hasn't loaded yet. I refreshed. Did I refreshed YouTube the second that Jake's popped up. Can someone tell me who it went to? I think my refresh made that info disappear. Yeah, I don't have it. Anybody? Oh, there it is. JP Figs popped in a little bit of a delay there. A little bit of a delay. Thank you, Stack. Where are we at with the likes? We got 50 something watching. Come on, folks. Hit the like button and I stop talking. Very simple. Easy to do. Yeah, and so you guys know, I will do my best to drag Jake down to Atlantic City for the draft weekend with us after his party. I will do my best. I am a shrewd negotiator. We will see if we can get everything set up down there. I'm going to pitch this heavily to Jake, so I promise you, I will do my best. Speaking of doing your best, ladies and gentlemen, one of our resident Detroit Lions fans, David D, just did his best and said, I will make sure you can read the names and gift 5 memberships. Thank you, David. They went to the Benny Baboon, Joshua Ra, Grove Pete, 15 years, and Dunk Lloyd. Seeing a lot of new names getting gifted members. Channel's growing. New names are popping in on a daily basis. I credit all of you, your participation. David, you're the man. You know how I feel about you, buddy. Great contributions in the chat and as well with the memberships. Thank you. Good luck to you. For those of you wondering, we have a Joe Namath raffle, Super Bowl Sunday raffle. And if you wear a 3X, maybe I'll just send this to you. So if you wear a 3X, be warned. But if I don't need the 3X anymore. I coach my nephew's travel basketball team. And we get sweatshirts. And my buddy runs the program. And he texted me this morning. He's like, what size? I'm like, XL. I go, you read that right. 1X, bitch. He goes, oh, shit. He goes, I think a couple years ago, I got you a 4X. Times have changed. Times have changed for sure. So we'll do that. If you win the raffle for Super Bowl Sunday and you fit a 3X, I will send this to you. It's in great condition. Maybe I'll autograph. I'll get like a gold Sharpie. I'll get a gold Sharpie and autograph it there for you. Or silver, I mean. All right, we're at 48 likes, folks. What are we doing? I'm going to trust that 2 more of you. Listen to Stack. Don't upset him, please. This is a man we cannot afford to be upset. I've listened to him do play-by-play of a New York Knicks playoff game, and everything I thought about this man, kind, polite, soft-spoken, right out the window. So please don't upset him. I heard the Knicks upset him last year, and a little bit of pee came out. Now, we have a teaser for the end of the show. Make sure you are here because we have something brand new for What Did We Learn? Boomtown doesn't even know about this yet. Did I receive an email from somebody? Maybe. All right, stop with the ads. There we go. Let me see this. All right. I got something else sent to me. Let me play a quick video here. Let me do this one.
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass, and that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
All right. We're back. What's up? Hi, Mike. Mike, don't move if you love the New York Jets. Mike, stay still if I'm your little buddy. All right. I thought we were getting a little Michael Woodruff there. Oh. Well, Boomtown, You know how much I love your contributions to the channel, and I don't want you to feel that it's ever not appreciated. So, with if you want Boomtown, you can wait. It's your call, Boom. You can wait for what did we learn, or you can say, F that, I'm in charge of the show. Show it to me now. Your call, Boom. You can tell me now or wait. It's your world. We're just living in it. Boomtown says wait. I learned that Boomtown has patience. Speaking of patience, I'm like,
Hey, I'm back. Next time, I love you. I love you.
I love you too,
I
buddy.
had pneumonia again. I had pneumonia again. Cause my
You got
heart.
you got
I had
pneumonia again?
I had pneumonia again. In my
Oh, I'm sorry
heart.
to hear that, buddy.
But I still Jets, Jets. Oh yeah. I
Oh
love you,
man,
Nick.
I
You're
love you
my
too.
homeboy.
Now, what? Hold on, hold on. Did you go to the doctor? Did you get medicine? What are we doing?
Yeah, I was going to work yesterday. I think my mom
Don't cry,
told
Mike.
me.
It's all right. It's all right. You'll get through this. I promise you. You'll get through this. Okay?
My dad told me. It's just sad.
Don't
I
cry,
don't have
buddy.
the pessimist medicine. I love you so much, Nick.
I
You're
love
my
you too, buddy.
homeboy.
We all love you, Mikey. Everyone
know
loves
my
you. Everyone, show some love for Mikey in the chat. Mikey, you're the man. Now, listen,
yeah.
don't get upset. You don't want to
No.
get upset. You don't want to cry. You don't want to start to hyperventilate. Pneumonia gives you trouble breathing. We don't need you doing that.
Yeah.
All right?
That's my parents
Now,
told
here's
me.
what we're going to do, Mike. To make you
Yeah.
feel better, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make everybody win some money this weekend, okay?
Yeah, I want that
All right.
buffalo tick to get
Hold
the
on.
ass
Hold
kicked.
on. Time out on the field. Let me ask the questions.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos are giving the Buffalo Bills 1.5 points. Who are you taking?
I want Denver Broncos, yeah.
Okay. All right. We have Denver in the Mikey Midnight Parlay Builder.
Yeah.
Now, Saturday night, the Seattle Seahawks are giving 7 points to the 49ers. Who are you taking?
Seahawks, yeah.
All right. We have the Seahawks to cover. Seahawks are very good at home. A night game up there in the playoffs, tough place to go.
Sorry.
Mikey says Seattle. Okay. Sunday, the Rams at Chicago, with it expected to be negative degrees with a wind chill in the negative teens. The Rams are giving 3.5 to the Bears, Mike. Who are you taking?
Bears, let's go Bears, let's go Bears.
Now, the game that I'm looking forward to most because it ends this Drake May bullshit.
Yeah.
The New England Patriots are giving 3 points to the dominant Houston Texans, who have not lost a game since they were 3-5. And I said that team's going to the Super Bowl. They've been undefeated since. And yes, I'm trying to sway your pick. Mike, Patriots or Texans?
Texans, Detroit against. No, I want to use Houston against Seahawks.
Houston Seahawks. That's my
Houston.
pick as well. All right. There you go, folks. You have free money to make. Mikey Midnight just gave you his picks to build the perfect parlay for divisional round weekend. Now, Mike, you gave everyone something. I'm going to give you something now, okay? All right. I'll give you a hug, buddy. Here, I'll give you a hug.
Yeah.
All right? Now, listen to me.
Yeah.
Take your medicine.
I did. They
Hold
told
on.
me to
Take your medicine on time.
Yeah.
Call the doctor if something's wrong.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to go to the hospital if you need to, okay?
That's what they told me. They talked to my mom already.
Okay. All right. Good. And we love you, Mike. Take care of yourself. Don't get excited. Don't get upset. Because when you get upset, you have trouble breathing.
No, I got the people coming to my apartment. The rescue people.
Okay.
The rescue people. I love you, Nick.
I
My
love you too, buddy.
homeboy.
Don't get upset. Listen, here's what you do when you're sick. You get a
Yeah.
blanket, you go on the couch, you watch television, you relax, get some soup. You know, if
Yeah.
you have a recliner, sit in the recliner because I know
I
your
don't
lungs
do
can
with
feel
my
heavy.
cat and my Ophelia. Next year, Detroit's gonna play the Jets. Yeah.
All right. Save your voice. Relax. I love you, buddy. Feel better.
I love you too. Tell everybody I love them.
You
Can
tell
I
them.
do the same thing? Jets, Jets. Every class go win the Super Bowl next year, guys. I love you guys.
All right.
You're my homeboys.
You're my homeboy, and I have so many questions about that knockoff brand of cornflakes on top of your refrigerator, but we'll do that another time.
Yeah, I know.
I'll talk to you later. Be good.
I
By the
put
way, your camera has never been clearer than it is right now.
I know. I love you. And next time, you my homie. I try to talk to Jake Asman because screw up all the time.
All right.
I tell him
Later,
I
buddy.
like Jake Asman.
Wave goodbye to everyone.
I love you guys.
Say a prayer for Mikey. Hope he feels better. I'm looking for David Stat. David says, tomorrow is your 20-month anniversary of hearing Nick's show for the first time. I recall finding the first episode you were in the chat. Yeah, it's about that. I think it was April or May. Maybe it's 22 months. I thought March. Am I wrong? Was it May? I know it was. No, it couldn't have been March 23. It was April or May. I started doing shows again in April when I got my feet back on the ground. But yeah, love it. Boomtown did the what did we learn one day, and then he messaged me. He's like, if you want, I could keep doing that. I was like, I absolutely love that. You're not going anywhere. Oh, oh, that's right. It's 26th. Wow, I thought it was 25. Many good things have happened on March 17th in Jets history. The Jets traded picks to go up to number 3 in the draft, not to number 1. They traded to go up to number 3. 5 weeks before the draft, they're like, we got to get to 3. I'll say this about Sam Darnold. I said it a million times. Right player, wrong time. They didn't have a structure here. They didn't have the coaching here. They didn't have the weapons. They didn't have the line. So a lot of missed opportunities with Sam. Very happy for Sam. I'm rooting for Sam. I hope he gets a ring one day. I really do. You know, we didn't have the structure for a quarterback. Now you got Garrett Wilson. You have a run game that's top 10 in the league. You have an offensive line. You got bookend tackles. You got a right guard who you should extend this offseason. That's the first thing I'm doing this offseason. I'm not waiting for OTAs. The day that Titman is eligible for an extension, I'm going to go to him. He was at the mic answering questions this year quite often. He's become what I think will be a captain next year. I really like him and Membu together. I go extend him and say, you're the right guard of the future. We don't want you going anywhere. You know, gone are the days of doing 6-7 year deals. You know, quarterbacks are the only ones getting that type of money because the money is so ridiculous. Everybody wants to hit free agency again to up their value. I'll give him 3 years, 45 million, 3 years, 48. I got no problem giving that to Titman. I would even go more. If it's 351, I mean, do you go up to 20? Like, I'm not mad if you give 3 years, 60 million to Joe Titman. I'm not. We got the money. We're going to have a quarterback on a rookie scale. So technically, when you look at this, if we draft a quarterback in 27, you're looking at 2031. before you have to give an extension to the quarterback. So you can spend a little bit extra elsewhere to help build this team. And I think Tittman is a guy that you want to have in-house. I think Tittman's a guy that you want next to Membu. I think Tittman's only going to get better as a guard. He got thrown into this. I'll never forget. It was a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday morning show. And Jake and I were getting set to go on, and we bumped the show up to start earlier because AVT got injured. And it was announced that he was out. Horrible. Season didn't even start yet. Who would have thought that? And listen, the Jets went the entire season with the same starting five on a line. Can't do that if you have AVT. So that was the good thing about AVT getting hurt, is that now we have an offensive line that started every game together. But you can't do that with AVT on the roster. Yes, David, this is true. This is true. That's exactly why they got those colors. They were blue and gold to begin with, and then they changed. They were the Titans to start off with, and then they changed to the New York Jets and went green and white. And that, as they say, the rest is history. But folks, call lines are open. I head to work shortly. We have a nice surprise. We have two surprises for what did we learn today. Make sure I got the super chats, gifted memberships. Thank you to everybody. Matthew, I would yell at the people who wore these jerseys back during the Favre years when they were pushing them. Like, you're the reason that this stupid shit exists because you buy it. Stop buying this nonsense. Our colors aren't blue and gold. They're green and white. You want to do the gray with it? Sure. You want to do the black alternative? Sure. You want to lay in bed and drink from a Jets cup? Sure.
Good morning there, Nikki. How are you?
I'm in the afternoon. Are you a time traveler?
Time traveler. If I was Doc Evan O'Brien, I'd be like, all right, let's get into the DeLorean. You want to turn your time circuits on. This one will tell you where you're going. This will tell you where you are, and this will tell you where you last were. Correct, Mundo.
You built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you want to build something into a car, you got to do it with some style. Now the flux being put. Look out!
Doc!
That's terrible. So Nikki, question for you.
Shoot.
If these boys want to play hardball, this is what you want. This is what you should do. This is what they should start doing in the first place. Take my advice. $3 billion is the first way to start. Ice baths be installed in the locker rooms. Then what we can do is start getting some those things called ice packs for the boys. Get the ice stuff for the boys because the boys are going to need it because how many times we're going to get banged around like a pinball machine and get our asses chewed out? Because let's look at last year. Last year, you know what our team looked like? Ding, 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 bong, 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 bing, bing, bing. Yeah, the pinball machine.
I have a question.
And know what I mean? I'm going to say this one time. I never played any pinball games until this year. I only got a chance to play one pinball machine. I was never I never even got a chance to even
Time out. How old are you?
41.
And you've never played a pinball machine until this year?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Well, it's because it's because I didn't know anybody when I was younger because money was tight back then because when I was growing up I didn't get a chance to do the things like go to the arcades or all the other stuff. I was just riding bikes, enjoying life, and just enjoying the things in life.
They usually have those games at the bowling alley. Very big question here from Boomtown. If you had a time machine, what time would you visit first? Where would you go if you had a time machine?
Oh, oh my God! Where would I start? I don't even know. Well, knowing me, when it comes to music, I'm an '80s guy. You already know. I got the hair, I got the jackets, I already got the shirts and the music. That's where I would go first, and then some part of the '90s because of the toys that they were coming out with was fantastic. Is you can't beat that. But here's the thing here's the thing. Justin Fields has to go. Tyrod's got to go. We need fresh new blood in our hands. We got to get fresh new blood.
1969 and watch the Jets win the Super Bowl?
What happened?
Would you go to 1969?
What would I do to kill for that? I would kill for that, but unfortunately, you don't want to disrupt the space-time continuum. That's rule number one. Never do that. You know what?
Give me a few minutes.
Because then you're making an alternative.
Deep breath. Give me a few minutes, and I'll come back to you for the end. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Clifton, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not following. I'm not following that.
All right. Where would you go if you had a time machine?
I don't know. Probably the past. I'm racked with regret, Nick.
Yeah, I would go to October of 85 or 86, the Wesley Walker walk-off, and I would fake being sick to make sure that my grandfather didn't take me to that Jet game so I don't become a Jet fan.
There you go. That'd be smart.
No! Tell my young self, you can't go to this game.
Don't get me wrong. Things have turned out pretty good, but there are things that I would go back and maybe massage a little bit.
You're going back in time with Justin Tucker?
Whatever it takes. Like Endgame.
Some of the stuff on Twitter the other day was Justin Tucker being a pervert cost Harbaugh his job.
Yeah,
and then Giants fans are celebrating Justin Tucker being a pervert got us Harbaugh as the coach.
Some would say that Lamar not being good enough made him lose his job. Yeah.
I think that there's a divide between the coach and the quarterback there, and that it'll eventually come out, and we'll get more information about it. And they chose the quarterback over the coach.
He
there's
lost the
instability there.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not a Lamar fan, and I say this constantly. 2 years ago, he was the MVP. They had the number 1 seed. They had the number 1 rushing attack in football. They had the number 1 scoring defense. They had the number 1 turnover defense. They had the number 1 kicker in the game, and they couldn't win one playoff game. So,
yeah, I mean he doesn't perform well in the big spot. That's one thing.
He'll put 5 touchdowns against Miami though in September and be the early MVP candidate. But there's a lot of big moments that he just doesn't deliver, and everyone will blame everyone else. But there's been a lot of quarterbacks who've done a lot more with less.
So this number 2 pick is unenviable, my man. It's not the best place to be.
It's horrible.
I think that there's 20 or so players in the like first round grade type guys. So I think we should take the safest guy, whoever they determine that is, since there's not a quarterback. Like quarterbacks, I love taking big swings for traits.
Yeah.
Like when the year that Josh Allen came out, I'm like, that's the guy. And
you can blame Mike McCagnon for that. I'd say the story all the time. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
Yeah.
I met Chris Sims that summer. He came to our football program. And I was talking to him, and he saw me with the jet hat on. And he's like, I'll tell you right now, everything I'm hearing. This is July after the draft. He goes, every single person in that building wanted Josh Allen. McCagnon wanted Sam Darnold, and he had the final say. So the pick was Sam
Darnold.
Like you needed more reason to hate McCagnon, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. The way Josh Allen's career started, we would have ran him out of town too. So
He's a petty school grad.
quarterback would have survived that Jet offensive roster.
Yeah, McCagnon is Jersey's own petty school grad.
Say that again.
He's a Jersey guy, McCagnon. He went to the petty school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know who that. I don't know who the 2 is. I don't know if it's Reese. I don't know if it's Bain. I don't know if it. They should do whatever makes them comfortable that they're going to have a 10-year pro in the building at that pick. Like I don't think this is the draft where you worry too much about this guy's a linebacker, you can't take him at 2. This guy's a safety, you can't take him at 2. You take the best player at 2, and you take the best player at 16. But I
Yeah.
think that
And even
they
beyond,
can.
right? When you
Yeah.
don't need the quarterback and you have as many holes as we do, you just keep taking you need this draft to be better than 22. You need this
Right.
draft to get better in the trenches. You got a receiver already. You can add one to it, sure. But if you take a D tackle at 16, I'm not mad. If you take a middle linebacker, I'm not mad. If you take the guard, I'm not mad. You just need talent everywhere. Get the best talent, stay true to your board, don't reach, and just deliver a great draft.
Take down talent at every pick. And I
Yeah.
don't know if you were watching Jake earlier, but I think it might have been Ralphie Rocks that said he thinks that 33 pick is a prime candidate to be traded. And
I do
back,
too.
and I
I've
do
been
too.
saying that every team in the NFL will call you, and
Yep.
and you have 24 or 20 hours to maximize that pick and take the best possible deal, or you stay there and pick. But you can really you have all that time to drive up the offer from everyone else, and you can just be like, no, we got a better offer. Click. No, we got a better offer. Click, and just let people get antsy to go up and get their guy.
Right.
That's if we stay there. Who knows? Maybe we jump from 33 to 28, 29, whatever, to get another guy with the 5th-year option. Doesn't necessarily have to be a quarterback. Maybe there's a guy that we just say we can't miss out on. We want to have that guy locked in for an extra year or 2.
Yeah. The big problem for us is there's real quarterback scarcity, and I don't know who we're going to hire to be the starter. Like,
Yeah, I said this in like October when we were 0-7. I said the worst possible scenario, Kyle, is you end up at number 2 and it ends up being a 1 quarterback draft. And where are we?
Mhm.
We're at
That's
2,
where we are.
and it's a 1 quarterback draft. This is a doomsday scenario for a team that needs a quarterback. But someone asked earlier, Kevin Zwicker asked, and I'll throw this to you without the weapon part. Who would you bet is the head coach on opening day in 27?
If he doesn't get a job this cycle, Clint Kubiak.
Okay. I said
think
it. Gun to my head, it's Aaron Glenn, because they can
Wow.
sell. Because they can sell to management. We never got the quarterback. We never had the full chance. 2027 draft, we're going to be lined up to get the quarterback. We did all of this. We tore it down. We built. If these 4 picks this year hit, and you get some nice pieces in free agency, and you start to see the team developing, and they're not getting bullied in the trenches, and they're losing 20-10 instead of 35-3, and you see, hey, we get a better quarterback in here, we can win.
It's a
And
low
I
bar.
think
He
Woody
doesn't have
put
to,
into the long-term plan. So gun to my head, yes. Do I think Glenn can be fired mid-season? Yes. But I think right now, with not having a quarterback to draft this year, I think it's Glenn.
he doesn't
bet
have
that
to sell a winning season next year. He has to sell a vastly improved team
Yeah.
in order to keep his job, right?
Yeah. You got to be
Because
competitive. You got to show that the quarterback would take the team over the top. Like, you got to really put together. You got to get better in the trenches this year. You got to finish the offensive line, whether it's AVT, Simpson, getting a center in the 2nd round. You got to make the offensive line elite, right? What are you going to do with Brees? If you're going to go with a Trubisky, Mariota, whoever, you got to get someone that you can lean on the run heavily with, and allow the passing attack to be short, sweet, simple. No more long dropbacks. No more 7-step dropbacks. No more holding the ball. Just devise a scheme where it's short, get the ball out, catch and run, and then take some chances downfield. The opportunities are there, and you get a good veteran. They know when to take their chances downfield. Just find the right guy. You have all
And-
that speed. Find someone who's not afraid to pull the trigger and throw the goddamn ball downfield, and then you open up everything else underneath for Taylor and the running game.
And don't forget that the guy that Glenn is trying to sell his year 3 to wants to buy. He wants to buy
Yeah.
him staying there. That's the key
Rich
thing.
people are stubborn.
Yeah.
Like, Woody wants to say, I was right. We stuck with him. Look what we did. Woody is clamoring for that. Woody wants to get up at the next time and say, hey, We know it was bad in the beginning, but look what we've turned it into. Woody Johnson wants to give the FU back to the fans and the media, and he wants to be able to say that we rode this out, and now we're a perennial playoff team. God willing, let this be a perennial playoff team. one day.
Especially rich people who didn't build their own business. like if you had to make those kind of nimble decisions in building your own
Yeah.
empire, then that's a different story. But like when you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth and it was all given to you, you want to stay the course. I appreciate your time, Nick.
I appreciate you calling in, man. Be good.
I'll talk to you later.
Talk soon. All right, folks. We have something new here at the end of the program. Thunder Beast, are you ready? Joe with a comment. My worry is that this regime is in such heat that they feel that heat and use all of our 26 and 27 assets this year to make room. I disagree. I think that they've sold to Woody it's at least a 3-year plan. That's why you got a 5-year deal as a new head coach, because the plan was we need to build it. I think Aaron Glenn was very blunt, and I stand by this. I believe Glenn was blunt during the interview process and said, here's the problem with the organization. You need to back up. You need to fall into the backdrop. You need to stop trying to be front and center. We need to strip this down. We're going to try to win. And if not, we're going to trade. We're going to get away the assets that will be trending downward by the time we get good. And we're going to stack this team with young talent. We're going to free up the cap. We have cap room. You know, the 2027 cap, as of today, we have over $200 million for the 2027 cap. Garrett Wilson's the only guy making more than $10 million on that year. I don't think Glenn is safe. I think that Glenn could be retained. There's a difference. I think it could go horrible. Without a quarterback, we saw it this year. Without a quarterback, it could be horrible. But I believe you're going to see some things on the field in 27. I think you're going to see a team that's better against the run, better against the pass. I think you're going to see a team that adds another weapon and a quick passing attack, and Engstrand's got to coach his ass off. I think you're going to see a team that competes more, loses some close games, and is a quarterback away. That's the goal, to build a team this year that's a quarterback away. And then Muji and Glenn can go to Woody and say, we built everything else. We have all these assets for 27. We can go get whatever quarterback we want. But it's too long to tell. Am I shocked if Glenn gets fired? No. Am I shocked if Glenn is still the coach for 27? No. I think it's too soon to tell. But I could see them riding this plan out. If you allowed them to strip it this bare, at least let them try to build it up. But if they're not competitive again next year, sure. Hey, how about this? Start Brady Cook the entire goddamn season. Lock yourself in for Arch. But folks, we got a new treat here for you. Sir, are you there? Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, wake up. Beast. All right. Here we go, folks. We have a world premiere video for you. At the end of the show, we do something fun. We do this.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shy.
But it's not just me. Ladies and gentlemen. Back. Come on. What did we learn?
Well, class, what did we learn today?
Hey there, shiners, you made it to the end. It's time to ask the question, cause Nick's gotta know. Canada's taking names, Boomtown always delivers. Let's find out now, what did we learn today?
Shout out to Gator. What's our thoughts, Beast?
Hey, as they all say in California, surf up. Or
all right, folks. We kick it to you in the chat. What did we learn today? Boomtown approves. Shout out to Gator. Made that video. Appreciate that. Now, I got to get to work. What did we learn today? Drop your what did we learns. I learned that Jets fans remain awesome. I learned that a 3X is entirely too baggy. Might be time to retire this. Like I said, if you win the Joe Namath raffle Super Bowl Sunday and you fit a 3X, I will put this in and send it to you. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We have a text from Addison, who's in California, and says, I'm listening while working, and nobody fucking says that in California. He's right. I mean, I've never heard it, but drop your what did we learns in the chat, folks, and then we will kick it up to Boomtown, and we will put a pretty little bow on this show. Now, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., the return of myself and Chaos together. Sunday night, 9 p.m., Ryan, Jets Talk 24/7 will be here. So, big weekend on the channel. You have playoff football tomorrow night. Hope you can make it. Spend some time here with us. We will hopefully celebrate the Texans defeating the Patriots. It'll be a good time had by all. But, all right, if we don't have any what did we learn from anyone in the chat, if you are a member of the channel, drop that what did we learn emoji. That kicks it up to Boomtown. And one more time before we do that.
Hey there, Shiners, you made it to the end. It's time to ask the question, cause Nick's gotta know. Canada's taking names, Boomtown always delivers. Let's find out now, what did we learn today?
I sent that to Knob yesterday, and Knob watches it, and he goes, it's country as fuck. I go, Gator saw a picture of me on Instagram with the cowboy boots I got this summer. And since then, he has constantly had country in mind when it comes to me. But shout out to Gator. Thank you for doing that. You're the man. And many more things to come on this channel, folks. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And Mr. Boomtown, if you would, please, good sir, drop it like it's hot. Jonathan Alexander, writer with Houston. Texans wide receiver Nico Collins is absent from practice again as he remains in concussion protocol. This all but eliminates him from playing Sunday versus the Patriots. That's not good. That's not good. Gator says, I tried rap, but it sounded like Lane doing rap. Can we get the cutting room floor version, please? Sometimes the bloopers are better than the hits, man. Boomtown learned 3Xs are now parachutes. Look at this. It's a 3X. It's too big. Nick may not be aware of time parameters for Cliff Notes. Alan is one of Nick's favorite callers. Yikes. Mendoza is worth an additional 15 pounds. Bonus, ladies are available for purchase in Atlantic City. Mikey appears to be into collecting vintage cornflake cereal boxes. Starting to think Beast owns shares in ice bath companies. Double bonus, Kyle Clifton is given the option, would go back in time for massage-related reasons. They say Surf's Up in California. The Surf Up claim has been disputed. Shout out to Boom. Thank you, everybody. And as always, since you guys gifted, we had 12 new memberships during the show. Let's get here. Click, 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 boom. I will gift 2. Come on. Come on. Come on, YouTube. Come on. Easy does it. Atta girl. You can do it. Stop circling. All right. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. Waiting for it. And now my YouTube will wait. All right. First one went to Swamp Ranger. Frequent caller into the show. Second one, pending. YouTube, come on, baby girl. Come on. You can do it. Release the second name, I say. I'm going to be late for work. Why are we late for work today? YouTube wouldn't give me the other name. Nope. Drum roll. Dirty cooch. YouTube, what are you doing today?
That guy fucked me twice.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Come on, YouTube. You can do it. We believe in you. Folks, I do have to get ready for work. I'm going to play the video, and maybe it pops up during the video. That's what she said. Have a great day, everyone. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, the return of Pride and Chaos. Nick and Jeremy back. If you remember the shows from the past, you got to tune in. You never know what we're going to say to, at, or about one another. Be here. Go Jets.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
All right. According to my YouTube studio, it went to Share Bear. Share Bear or Scoot? So we're out. Be good to one another. Have a great day. Go Jets. Go Texans. You can do this without Nico.